How's it going, guys? I've been meaning to make this video for a long time. I see a lot of people hurting themselves while trying to do some crafting, and I'm going to give you some basic safety tips so you will never cut yourself again. So first we're going to look at some tools. Here's some common tools used while crafting. We have scissors, two different sizes. We have a utility knife, a hobby knife or X-Acto knife, and then we have this style of razor blade knife. So we're going to start with the most basic one, which is our scissors. Now, scissors work, basically they are two blades hinged together, and when they're pressed together like that, they will cut. So, one of the rules you always hear, never cut towards yourself, and that is true. So that means don't hold your scissors like this so that they're pointing right at you, because who knows what could happen. So we're going to hold our scissors so the blade is pointing away from us. Scissors are usually used to cut paper or sometimes cardstock. We're going to start with the easiest one, which is paper. So what you do, we're going to cut this line. We're going to line up our scissors on that line. But first we're going to double check, make sure that our fingers are nowhere near this line. Take a deep breath, but don't hold it. Make your cuts. As you can see, my fingers are a safe distance from the cutting edge. Safe cut complete. Now, you say, sometimes I have to cut a really small sliver off something, and you know there's not enough room to hold on. So you try to hold it like that, you line up your line, and then bam, half your thumb's gone. Here's the simple solution. Turn the paper the other way. Checking once again. Feel like I'm safe. Deep breath. Make my cut. The same rules apply with the smaller scissors as the bigger scissors. Alright, moving on. Probably the most common reason people cut themselves is using a box cutter, hobby knife, or razor. And the reason is, they hear people say, never cut towards yourself. So, if I have a piece of cardboard and I want to cut a straight line, so I set my ruler up, open my blade, I never want to cut towards myself, so I put my hand like that, take the blade, get a reverse grip on it, and then try to cut this way, and I cut all three of my fingers off. What these people don't realize is, if you look at your fingers, follow them up, it gets to your hand, your wrist, your forearm, your elbow, up to your shoulder. This is actually part of yourself. It is connected to you. It is a part of you. If you're lucky, you have two of them. And they're probably your most important tool. So what it really means when they say do not cut towards yourself, they're talking about your hands also, not your center mass. You know, it makes no sense to try to cut like this where you have no control, and you know you're not going to cut your chest with a knife coming this way. You might hit yourself in the chest with the blunt end, causing you to double over and then head first fall onto your hobby blade, but it's probably not going to happen. Usually you're going to cut your hand. So we have our straight edge. We have our knife. Slide this down. This is our direction of cut. Notice my fingers are not anywhere on this line, so I'm not cutting towards myself. My fingers are back a bit. Another reason, dull blades and trying to use too much force to cut. That's what makes you slip, and that's how you could get cut even doing what I'm doing here. So what you do, very gently make a shallow cut, very gently make another one. This is a very dull blade, so do not use what I'm using. And eventually, you will cut it safely. So that was cardboard, probably the hardest thing to cut. Let's try cutting a small round circle. For that, we'll use our X-Acto knife. Same rules will apply. I'm going to hold it over here. The direction I'm cutting, my fingers aren't in the way. I'm going slow. I'm not trying to do it all in one pass. Every time I move the paper, I move my hand. Hopefully you get the idea. And after a couple passes through, your circle will pop out. These techniques work with cardstock. I'll show you. Hands out of the way. There, perfectly safe. You can also cut paper. Perfectly safe. Foam board. Perfectly safe. Actual foam. For that's usually what these are for. Perfectly safe. Even mayonnaise. Just like that. So, hopefully this will keep you guys out of the emergency room. Thanks for watching, and have a safe crafting day.